Hi everyone, welcome to Agriclarity and Clarity for Sure. In today's session, we'll discuss the previous year question analysis of entomology from the year 2017 to 24. Okay, so in today's video, we'll cover the year-wise analysis, topic-wise weightage of each topic which have recurred or they have shown occurrence frequently, then frequency analysis of that particular topic, and we'll discuss which topic to skip and which topics to skim, and the expected trends for the 2025 IBPS AFO examination as per these all analysis. Okay, so let's see what today's session holds. So first we'll start with the frequency analysis. So I'll try to break down year-wise, topic-wise, and then predict what might come in 2025. And I'll also suggest what to focus on and what to skip. Okay. So, and after these all things, I'll finally summarize the key points. So first is frequency analysis. In here, I have divided the important topics, namely in these six topics, and how many questions were asked from these topics in the different years. Okay, so if you see the first pest transmission, in which questions related to aphid and plant hopper were asked, and three questions were asked, one in the 2018 and two in 2023. Okay, then second topic holds the biocontrol, genetically modified crops and pest resistance topic, in which three questions are asked in the year 2019 and 2023, two in 2019 and one in 2023. Okay, then silkworm related questions, three questions. Again, 22. There were two questions, and 24 there were one questions. Okay. Then pest and damage symptoms field in identification. So in which three questions were asked, two in 2023 and one in 2024. Then trap crop and pest control tools related questions regarding the IPM or integrated pest management topic, in which two questions were asked in the year 2022 and 21. Okay. And lastly, the fruit and plantation crop related pests, two questions were asked, one in 2020 and one in 2023. So from this table, you can analyze that after a gap of 2 years. Okay. Again, the question was asked in 2023. Then again, after 2 years, question may reappear in the year 2025. So in this way, you can analyze with the help of this table uh, and predict what questions might come in the coming year. Okay, so again you can see again after 2 to 3 year back year gap, again the question reappeared in 2023. Then again after 2 years gap, it may appear in 2025. Okay. Then, after one year gap, the question appeared. Then might there is chances that silkworm related question might appear in 2025 again. Okay. Then they were continuously the question were asked from the pest and pest damage and symptom topic. There were no gaps in between the year 2023 and 24. So it might there may be chances of reappearing this question in 2025 again. Okay. Then no gap between 2021 and 22, but there after 2 years, maybe the question may reappear in 2025. So in this way, I'm just trying to explain you all that you how you can use this table to predict which topic is of high probability of coming and which is the least. Okay. Moving on to the next year-wise distribution. In the year 2017, there were no questions. Seems like it was a light year for entomology. Then 2018, one question was asked on pest transmission regarding the aphid. Okay. Then in 2019, 19, one question was asked on the biocontrol agent, biofungus Beauveria bassiana. Okay. Then 2020, one question was asked on the pest identification regarding the coconut beetle or rhinoceros beetle. Then in 2021, one question on trap cropping regarding the identification of red hairy caterpillar. We'll discuss these all questions in detail in the coming slides. Then in 2022, three questions were asked regarding the insect physiology of the silkworm, then insect disease regarding the silkworm, and pest management IPM tools. Okay. And in 2023, 5 questions were asked. From one question from the insect resistance regarding the GM crop, or we can say BT cotton. Okay, then pest symptoms regarding the shoot fly, sorghum shoot fly, then fruit pest maggot infestation in the guava, then pest transmission in the plant hopper. Okay, then how which disease is transmitted by this hopper. Okay, and another on the BT cotton resistance. Okay, and finally in 2024, 2 questions were asked. One from the silk sericulture, Muga silkworm, and one from the pest symptoms, diamond back moth. Okay, DBM. So from here you can see that the observation we can conclude from this table is that number of questions has increased over the years, with peak in the 2023 with 5 questions. Okay, and earlier years had fewer questions, but the recent years shows that there is a growing emphasis on entomology. So entomology is again one of the important subject for IBPS AFO examination. Okay, so this was it. Let's see uh, in detail about these topic wise weightage. Okay, so in the topic wise weightage, we can see that based on the frequency analysis and the year analysis, here's how the topic stack up. First is pest transmission, in which aphids and plant hoppers regarding 3 questions were asked. Okay, so first question, like aphid transmission of cucumber mosaic virus was asked, like how they were explanation about the cucumber mosaic virus symptoms, and you had to identify which pest was involved in the transmission of particular viral disease. Okay, then plant hopper transmitting the leaf, again same description about the viral disease, then you have to identify the vector here. Okay, then in 2023, fruit pest like maggot infestation regarding the guava pest was asked, like they were options, or we can say description about the question regarding the how maggots or pests of the guava infest the guava fruits, and in this way you had to identify uh, the infestation or nature of damage was caused by which uh, uh, part of the pest life cycle. Okay. Then second is the biocontrol and GM and pest resistance topic, from where 3 questions were asked. First was in 2019 regarding the Beauveria bassiana, which is a biocontrol fungus against the cotton bollworm management. Then 2021, there was a question asked regarding a trap cropping, or we can say indicator plant, to identify when there is a infestation. When there is infestation of red hairy caterpillar in the groundnut. So, which type of indicator plant is used to identify the infestation of the red hairy caterpillar? Okay, so in this way, the because it is a kind of biocontrol management, or we can say biological management. Okay, so that's why it's mentioned here. Then 2023-24 BT cotton resistance to bollworm was asked, uh, how BT cotton shows the resistance regarding the bollworm. Okay, so here from the here GM crop related question were asked. So third topic of our PYQ analysis is silkworm related questions. 3 questions has asked. So you can guess that the silkworm, or we can say sericulture, is one of the important topic of our entomology. So first question was like regarding its physiology, malphizium tubules. What is the function of the malphizium tubules in silkworms? How they are involved in what property they hold. Okay. Then again 22, there were questions regarding the white muscadine disease in the silkworm. As you all be familiar with white muscadine, green muscadine kind of disease found in silkworm. So again, it was very important. Then 2024 Muga silkworm feeding plant was asked. It is important, and you should know all the silkworms and their feeding plant. Then which state holds the maximum production of these silkworms, and if there is any kind of special entity or products made out of these silks. Okay, and any specific abbreviation given to them. Okay. So this was it. Next is pest damage and symptoms of field identification question. Here it means that the questions were like they had described you about the how these pest symptoms are seen in the actual field area. Then you have to identify that based on those properties or description, you had to identify about the particular pest. Okay, so that's why it is written here pest damage symptoms and field identification questions. Okay, so from here, three questions were asked in the year 2020 regarding the rhinoceros beetle or coconut beetle. Okay, then in 2023, sorghum shoot fly wilting symptoms were asked. How these sorghum they had described how sorghum shoot fly cause the wilting symptoms, and then you had to identify. They were talking about the which particular crops shoot fly. Okay, then again diamond back moth defoliating coal crops. They had asked about the characteristic symptoms of the DBM on coal crops. Then you had to identify about the particular pest here. Okay, then fifth is trap and pest control tools of IPM, where two questions were asked. First is cowpea as a trap crop is used to identify which type of pest, and the pheromone traps, or we can say pheromone lures in the IPM technology. Okay. Okay, then last is fruit and plantation crop pest. Again, here rhinoceros beetle was discussed in coconut and fruit fly in the guava. Okay, so it is. I have added this. Or we can say the questions are here are repeated because I have done this because to get you know that fruits and plantation crops are also important regarding the rather than vegetables only. Okay, so you should prepare fruit and plantation crops best as well. Do not try to skip them because as you can see, two questions were asked and with the gap of around 2 years, so it might reappear in 2025. Okay, so the key insight from here can be concluded that the pest transmission or biocontrol pest transmission, okay, biocontrol agent or GM crops and silkworm related questions and pest damage symptoms are kind of most frequently tested topics. Okay, so each with three occurrences. Okay, so and trap and IPM and fruit plantation crops are followed with two questions each. So that's why in this way we have discussed the weight topics. Why is weightage of the important entomology topics. Now let's discuss the predictions for the 2025 exam. Okay. So based on the trends and the frequency, here's what likely to appear in 2025. First is the high probability topics, the questions or topics which have high probability of coming in the 2025 examination. So with the prior three questions, okay, with the prior three questions, we can expect another vector like questions on aphids, plant hoppers, or new pest crop combination. Okay, then next is biocontrol GM pest related. Again, sustainable agriculture is a hot topic. Okay, so the questions on biocontrol agents like Bivira bassini or GM crops are probable. Okay. Then next is silkworm related questions. So sericulture is a niche topic, but it is consistent. So look for questions on silkworm physiology or diseases or plant feeding plants. Okay. The next is pest damage symptoms. So as a field identification is a practical and frequent topic. So expect symptoms of pests like shoot fly or diamond back moth kind of questions from this year, this topic. Okay. Moving on to the moderate probability topics. First is the trap and pest control tools. So with two questions occurrence, IPM tools like pheromone traps or trap crops, like in example we had discussed in the cowpea, it could reappear. So, okay. So uh, it is one of the important topic as well. Then fruit and plantation crop. In the fruit and plantation crop, as pest of because the pest of economically important crops like coconut and guava. So they are kind of uncertainable. They might return or they might reappear. Okay. Then let's discuss about the row probability topics. First is the insect physiology. So only one question was asked in the 2022 and 23. So unless tied to sericulture, is less likely to appear. Okay. Then what means that generally the physiology question were asked from the silkworm or sericulture topic, so they had not asked any particular physiology topic of the common insects. So you must memorize the physiology of the insect topics from the sericulture part only. No need to memorize all the insects physiology like reproductive, digestive, and endocrine system and all. Okay. Then next is insect diseases. Also, one question was asked in 2022 and 23. So it could reappear in silkworm context, but it is otherwise it's very rare. Okay. So the analysis here we have discussed based on the previous slides. What are the trends for the 2025? Let's see what to focus and what to skim topics. Okay. So first is core topics we have discussed: the pest transmission, biocontrol, GM, silkworm, and pest damage symptoms are one of the most important two core topics which you have to prepare. You should not miss any of the subheadings or subtopics coming under these headings. Okay. Then key, you should memorize the key facts like about the biocontrol of important, economically important commodities. Okay. Like they had asked about the bollworm because it is one of the major, or we can say cotton is is one of the important commodity of our country. Okay. Then next is Muga silkworm feeds on the what is its feeding plant. So again, you have, as I discussed earlier, you should remember all the feeding plants of the important silkworm. And yes, then next is the you should memorize the important pest of the important crops. Like DBM is one of the important crops, or we can say important pest which cause a major yield loss in our important crops. Okay. The next is BT cotton resisting the bollworm, or how what is the phenomenon behind its resistance. So again, any particular resistance kind of questions or any particular phenomenon type of questions of the particular commodity which you find that it's kind of important or it's kind of different from other commodities. So you should remember all those topics. Okay. Then you should get familiarize yourself with the question patterns and recurring themes which I have discussed in today's session. Take notes of it and try to make your own strategy based on those topics and tables, and which will help you to grasp the topics very well and waste your time on the less favorable topics. Okay. So that's what it. Then let's see what are the skip and scheme topics. Like you have to be thorough with the. I mean, we can say uh, little bit thorough with the insect physiology of the silkworm. Beyond that, it's very rare as there is no question were asked regarding that. Okay, niche crops like uh, I mean, minor crops should not be of your focus. Only focus on the major crops like coconut, groundnut, and guava and all. So, less, or we can say, less tested questions are generally asked on these. So, unless they appear in PYQs. So, last is the low frequency topics like insect physiology and insect disease are kind of low frequency topic unless it's from the silkworm or sericulture part of our entomology. And if you have extra time, you can prepare as well. Okay. Yes, so let's summarize the today's analysis first. As we had discussed, the regarding the most frequent topics like pest transmission, biocontrol, and GM, silkworm related question, and pest damage and symptoms, like three questions each from these frequent topics. And modality frequent topics, we have discussed the trap and pest control control tools, and fruit and plantation crop pest. Two questions from each of these topics. Then least frequent topics like insect physiology and insect diseases, one questions from each these topics. Then yearly trends, we had discussed like how questions were increased from 0 to, and they peaked around 2023-24, that they show that there is a rising importance of entomology in IBPS AFO mains. Then 2025 prediction, we had discussed that which are the topics are likely to come again in 2025, like pest transmission, biocontrol, silkworm, and pest damage symptoms, with possible trap, IPM, or fruit pest type of questions. Okay. Then we had discussed about the skip and skim strategy, like which core topics you should memorize, which key example you should memorize. Okay. How to practice PYQ, how to analyze the PYQs, and which topic, low frequency topics or low frequency areas you have to skim. Okay. So this analysis should guide your preparation efficiently for the entomology section of the IBPS AFO examination. I hope you found this session helpful. If you feel any topic regarding the PYQ analysis that you want us to cover in detail, you can write your queries in the comments below. Okay, so that was it. Thank you, and thank you for watching this session. We'll meet again in the next session. Thank you.